Welcome to Couple of Bubs, a skate clip review show. I'm Zach. I'm here with my co-host Ben. On this show, we watch clips submitted to us and just give our opinions on them. Some of them we might like, some of them we might have some critiques, but all in all, we're just trying to have a good time watching your guys' clips and talk about skating. And we had talked about doing kind of an introduction to this concept by putting ourselves on the flames to begin with, to kind of let everyone know we're not just here to to give compliments and to talk a little shit without being able to handle it personally. So that's what we're gonna kick it off with. I requested you to find clips of me, and I found a clip of you. So we're just gonna fire it off by watching your clip first.
Okay. First, should we kind of talk about our credentials? What makes us think that we are qualified to talk about people's clips?
I don't think we have any credentials. So I think, yeah, it is good to state that we are very mediocre skateboarders, which they will learn very soon.
Well, I was gonna say we have watched and reviewed almost every Transworld video ever made. So
I don't know how qualified that makes sense. Like,
we, I
we're
don't know.
very capable of talking shit about people like Ty Evans.
Well, maybe that's not credentials, but
Yeah. Yeah. What would you say? Do you think we're qualified to do this?
I think we are.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
With what reasoning?
so I've been skating since 2002.
Yeah,
So
2004 ish for me.
maybe the Transworld videos don't count, but I have spent the last 3 years watching tons and tons of skate videos.
Yeah,
So
that is kind of, backstory for those who don't know. We started initially doing Zoom calls while living in different places and watching skate videos together. And we've been doing that for years. And that has now led us to doing additional things like this, which we'll take any excuse to hop on a call and talk about skateboarding and have a good time.
yeah. So I feel like we've got a good understanding of what looks good. We've seen lots of the whole spectrum of editing, of film, like camera usage, and we've seen the whole spectrum of tricks. So
Yeah. And
um,
we do pretty vastly vary in taste, which I think
we
will
do
make for good rapport. So it's not like you're tuning in to hear two guys with the same opinions, just yes
on
man each
some
other.
on some aspects we couldn't be more polar opposite.
Yeah. Hopefully it will shine through in this show. I mean, we are going to talk about a variety of things per clip, and we'll see how many things we line up on and how many we differ on. All right, and I think we're going to start with you. Oh, yes. Oh, demoed it.
Harry,
Very hairy.
if we
And I,
could
I
talk
let
about
this one run long because I do think it's important that after the spine you were gassed up enough to try to keep this run going for as long as possible. Demoed it. Now, the first thing on initial thoughts when I watched this clip, and I was there during this session, I am the one filming it, is that though this spine ramp is big, the level of discomfort you have going over it, it might as well be 15 feet tall.
it's it's basically the volcano from that one
Yeah, it is
demo.
the Dime Glory Challenge volcano for you.
I am Tom Shar.
Yeah. So that is my initial thought is it looks uncomfortable, which lets me know that you went outside your normal zone, which I respect. It's a pretty hairy rock over. It's not the balanced in the middle one. It's the back truck is hugged up there
We
and you're
took
just
it.
making it work. Um, the next thing would be whether or not I think it's hitting or it's heinous.
Yep.
And in this particular case, and given the context of it, I gotta give it a hitting. I think it's a fucking sick clip. Very stoked and proud of you for doing it. Because at this time, you had came to visit me, and you had not really skated much. You were
No.
really brushing the dust off, and we were skating as much as possible in a week's time. And nothing we skated before this was this height.
Correct.
Yeah, so you really just in one hour that was our allotted time at this park, you really gave it all you had, and I commend you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now the next point of order is how's the fit? And I think this will be important for these initial clips, especially with how often you have strong opinions on outfits.
Yeah.
And that important part is that you can be pretty critical of people's clothes. And as the audience can see here, you mostly dress like a default video game character. You are player one, and the only mod was add Alien Workshop hoodie. It is probably a blank shirt underneath that hoodie.
Yeah.
It is probably one of several pairs of Levi's you have that look the exact same.
Wranglers.
Wranglers, sorry, Wranglers. And then
I wish I was cool enough to have Levi's.
you'll get there. Your fits have room to evolve. And then DVS shoes, which I mean, the clip is hitting, but the shoes are heinous. But all in all, knowing your style, I'm used to how your fits are. It's a good fit. I like the Alien Workshop hoodie, so all good there. And then my next point, reaction you'd give seeing this on a session, which thankfully for this one, I was on the session. You can tell very clearly how I felt about it. Very stoked. Still stoked watching it right now. So yeah, I'd say closing thoughts on the clip. You went outside your normal threshold to make sure you got a trick on a one of the better features of the park, and I commend you for it. And job well done, bub.
Well, thank you.
Very welcome. When I asked you to send in clips of me to review, you sent in two, which I found unnecessary, but I presume I'm about to learn why you did such a thing.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the first clip that you sent. So,
Yep.
Initial thoughts?
Initial thoughts are this is an illegal trick.
Illegal.
Illegal.
Okay. Now I know your reasoning why, but I will let you have the floor.
Yep. So this is from your peony part.
Correct.
The added context really isn't fair in terms of this one trick, but I saw you do the better version of this trick. Dig my heels in the ground thoughts are you cannot enter or exit a manual from four wheels being on the ground. From my perspective, the rolling from a manual up to the bank with all four wheels
Mm-hmm.
doesn't count. And then rolling
Disqualified. So
back,
this is just a clip of a half cab off a curb to you.
it's a trick. It's a combo that you didn't execute correctly.
Okay, no special meter on this one for me.
Yep.
So you
Yep.
you give no leeway to the fact that I'm not just dropping it down all four wheels on flat ground and then lifting it back up. The reason I'm able to get to a fakie manual is due to the motion of the manual. And I've argued this with you before that when the bank is at a certain level of steepness, unless you are fucking Daewon Song, a normal feller like me, you ain't holding the manual on that bank.
Well, Bub, sometimes skating's hard.
As my buddy Derek would say, skating's fucking easy.
Skating's easy,
And
bro.
to add to his point, because I believe he was there during this, I initially was just trying to do manual up the bank, fakie manual out straight.
Mm-hmm.
And then Nick said, try to run a half cab out of that. And this was first try.
Yeah.
because skating's fucking easy.
Yeah. I won't deny that it is difficult, and I
Okay.
understand the thoughts behind it, the steepness of the bank.
Hmm.
But for me, that's just a roll on manual. You just did a manual, you rolled out of it, you didn't pop out of it, and then you rolled back into another manual. So,
Okay. This is
or,
this is beautiful. This is episode one. We're really getting the view of the varying tastes and what we qualify as good or bad or illegal.
and this perfectly plays into why I chose two clips, because the next clip I have a totally different opinion on.
Okay.
So
All right. So moving forward on this one, would you say this clip is hitting or heinous?
it's heinous.
Oh, wow.
Um,
Have you so quickly forgotten the pleasant words I said about your clip? Nothing has
um,
been nice about this. You better say my outfit is sick, because
well, we'll
that's the
get
next
there.
question.
But given that somewhere else in your part, I saw you pop into a manual on a bank and then, stall it and come back down and pop out. That to me was beautiful in the way it should be done.
Wait, I did a manual stall back to manual?
I'm pretty sure. Like you popped up, there was a bank with a drop off at the bottom. You popped up onto the bank and
Oh, well, yeah, well, different circumstance. If I'm recalling right, there was an angled bank, almost like a hip that's curved at the bottom where I did ollie up manual 180 switch manual back down.
yeah, that might be it.
Yeah. But yeah,
So
yeah.
to me, this violates a couple fundamental rules.
Okay. Well, I don't like you using the word fundamental, but that's just your opinion, man.
That's just like my opinion, man.
Yeah. All right. How's my fit?
Fits on point. I'll
You
give
like
you the
that? You like
fit.
that shoe shirt combo?
Yep, you coordinated. You got the pink blazers and the pink
Ooh,
flannel.
lavender. The footage might
Oh,
not
okay.
show it as crispy,
Yeah.
but lavender.
Yeah, lavender blazers is a matching lavender flannel, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Short
Yeah.
sleeve, lavender button up.
And are
I
those
remember this day. I felt real good going out to skate with how well I
yeah,
tested out the shirt with the shoes when I was getting dressed in my apartment. And I felt real nice.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good fit. And are those black pants or is the camera they look kind of brown?
Those are black.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a solid fit all day.
Oh, beautiful. All right.
And
Now,
then
oh, do you
you
have more?
chose the hat instead of the goofy beanie. So you've
Okay.
went downhill since this video, but
You're okay. So I've already discussed your default player ass looking fucking fits. Your closet probably looks like a fucking cartoon character, but you have harsh critique on hat versus beanie. So right
only
now
your
you're like me right now you're like ugh, heinous. Heinous fit.
well, only because I really can't explain it. I prefer beanies that don't have the fold.
Well, we've gone into this a bit. You
Yeah.
got into beanies in more in a different era.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Yep.
All right. So what would your reaction have been if you were on this session and saw this trick?
I would have said, "You gonna redo that?"
You would have taken it that far. I'm filming a video part in the streets. You see me doing this and you're like, it's not a trick unless you hold a manual
Yeah,
the whole
like
time, right?
Zach, I'm your friend. I'm not gonna let you embarrass yourself. Um,
Wow. So everyone else on this session, a bad friend. Okay. All right. Well, closing thoughts on it.
closing thoughts. Very. I will give you that it was very difficult, and I could not do it. And that's the point that we want to ring true for these is we are nobody.
Well,
But
yeah. The last thing I'm gonna do is let whether or not I can do a trick sway if I have a strong opinion on it. That's for damn sure.
yeah. But other than that, the fit was good. The pants are good. Um, I hope we get into some clips where I get to talk about my pants opinion.
Oh, I'm sure we will. All right. Should I go to clip number two?
Go to clip 2.
Clip number two. Initial thoughts.
Initial thoughts were, this is sick. I
Oh, okay.
forgot I forgot about this when I
Mhm.
rewatched your part, and it kind of blew me away. It was right after this point where I texted you and was like, "Man, you used to be really good."
Yeah, when you were giving me a backhanded compliment via text after watching this.
Yeah, that was after this clip. I was like, "Oh fuck, he
Okay.
uh he did some flip in, flip out shit."
Yeah, yeah. I think Owen Wilson would give this one a little
Yeah,
nod.
yeah,
Yeah, see, I find that interesting because to me, was very stoked to be done with this, and I even watching it now, it still bothers me a whole lot. There's just a little tic tac out that Vader
yeah.
bomb.
That would be the only critique,
Yeah,
but it gets a pass.
I gave it based on the filming and based on how many times I took that unfortunate squad of buds to the exact same manual pad, which we would inevitably end up at again. I think for 4 or 5 different sessions of me just skating it for hours to get my ender trick. So you, as a manual guy, you really start to feel bad for the people around you who are suffering. All right,
Yeah,
so this one, hitting or heinous?
very hitting.
Thank you,
Um,
Bub.
the fact that kickflip up a decent sized ledge, it looks like. Hold the
Is
manual.
within my comfort.
Yeah, hold the manual and then varial flip out. Like kick flipping out of a manual to me would always get the nod, but the
Hmm.
varial flip is sick, and it rotates on the appropriate axis, um, to where it looks like half a tray flip versus a lot of times varial flips rotate like around the truck axis, and so they just look like a
Oh,
kick
kind of like
flip.
a
That
flail.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's the kind of the downfall of varials. They can either look like half a tray flip, or they can look terrible.
yeah, yeah. It's a
Um,
fine margin.
so
Probably why
very
a lot of people don't do them. They've over time been a pretty notorious illegal trick because of how often they look like shit.
yep.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, the foot placement, you did a little bit of a tweak to get in spot, but you weren't like hopping on the board to get your feet in the right place um, during the manual.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a
So
shimmier during manuals for sure, but
I
thankfully not too much on this one.
I liked it a lot. It's sick.
How's the fit?
Man, the fit's even better than the first one
Oh, you like this
because
one more?
it's that blue flannel, dude.
Oh,
Like
yeah, that's a
blue
nice
flannel.
denim button up there.
Yep. Black pants and some black shoes. If they were gum, it'd be a little bit cooler.
Oh,
But
yeah. Okay.
but
And how do you like the yellow offsetting hat? Good choice on my part.
I
I know you
wouldn't
like
go
that it's
with
not a beanie.
I wouldn't run the yellow and blue, but
Okay.
I think there it didn't turn me off.
Okay. So this whole clip you were turned on.
Yes, I was I was like, this is the one.
This is this is it. All right. So
Yeah.
how would you react if you were on this session?
I'd be hyped. We'd be go eating some yum yum.
And we'd be hitting a hibachi restaurant and you'd be dousing it in yum yum. It'd be
Yeah.
a good time. Would you
The,
tell our waitress about my
the
trick?
waitress would know exactly what happened.
Yeah, because that is one of your favorite bits is to do a trick and be very proud and then tell our waitress about it at dinner
That
afterwards.
poor clueless woman who's just trying to make a few bucks.
Where you just babble out your skateboarding terminology that has to sound insane to a normal human.
Yep.
All right. Well, closing thoughts on this clip?
All around a banger.
All right.
And was this
Thank
your
you.
ender?
No, that this was I believe a middle of the park trick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah.
The other side of that pad, after a lot of effort, I did a switch nose manual fakie varial flip.
Okay.
Yeah, which was an absolute nightmare. Yeah. We dished it out a little bit, had a little fun. I hope that sets a little bit of a tone before we watch clips that people have submitted to us. All right. So up first, we're gonna have Thomas Goody. And on these clips, if I do have any context or you do, always going to provide that. Thomas is someone I met when I lived in Tucson, Arizona. I would see him at the Rinks Park. I met him through this guy, Dustin, and super nice dude, certified ripper. Just one of those dudes who there didn't feel like there's absolutely any kind of like ego attached to how good he was. Rarely a seen trick by a normal person done very well. Really good backside heel flip
Mm.
from this guy. Those are my initial good things in context. All right, so initial thoughts, Bub.
That was sick.
Very good trick. The exact trick I was just giving him praise for. He has a remarkable back heel.
And he was hauling dick. Like he was.
Yeah, cruising. It'd make more sense if his friend filming it made that face after the trick. I got to skate this park once before I moved. It's brand new, beautiful park. The backdrop is the most Arizona shit in the world. Cool park, cool trick. To do it over the rail, just very tasteful to me. So yeah, the initial thoughts, all praise in that category. Now moving on to the next, which seems pretty obvious. What do you think, hitting or heinous?
It's hitting.
Very hitting. This is a
Yep.
no-brainer hitting maneuver, which moves us on to where we really might get in the weeds, and that is how's the fit?
Oh, does brother have a place to live?
Yes, I believe Thomas does have a place
Is
to
it
live.
is it at the skate park?
What is leading you to this statement?
The
Because I would
rolled up.
say his clothing is not tarnished.
No, just
Decisions have been made.
decisions were made.
You know, he didn't run the shorts. He ran the pants, and he really cuffed him up.
Yep, he made him shorts.
I would say he
It,
barely made them shorts due to the height of the socks. There's still very little skin exposed beneath the knee there.
it contrasts with the long sleeve shirt.
Yeah, a lot of conflicting things. Long sleeve shirt, cuffed up purple pants, tall socks. I
And
do like
then
the shoes. You change those to some nice fitting black pants with those shoes and a black long sleeve. You're not going to hear much from me.
I don't like the shoes.
You don't like the shoes. Okay. Why is that?
No, they're just like they look like, from what I can see, just raw brown leather,
Okay.
and it just doesn't look good in my opinion. Maybe it's also a huge contrast to the rest of the fit, but
Yeah. So in the context of the fit, not good.
not good. And I already have a bias against New Balance, but
Yeah, you're not much of a fan. So the fit's getting a little from both of us.
the fit's pretty heinous. But
Do you
when
think
you do,
the skating compensates enough for it to where you'd be like, all right, well, we won't worry about the fit too much.
yeah, I mean, when you can skate like that, you kind of wear whatever the fuck you want.
That's a fair statement. It's a power move. If you dress like that and you suck,
Then you got problems,
you
but
you got a lot of marks against you.
yeah,
Okay, so how would you react if you were on this session seeing this go down?
probably like whoever made that noise at the end.
Just woo. Okay.
Ooh.
So you just be in the crowd. I'd probably look after it. I'd probably look like the guy filming it, which I believe he said is his buddy Josiah, if I'm saying it correctly. And then for sure, me, I'd be like, "Oh, dude!"
Yeah, you would be coming undone.
Yeah, I cannot stop myself from coming undone when I see a nice trick go down. It just comes out of me. I can't prevent it. So I'd be very stoked. All right, well, closing thoughts on Mr. Thomas Goody's clip here.
Perfectly executed, terrible clothing choice, but more than makes up for it in the skating.
Yeah. Yeah, when you got a fit on like that, it definitely helps when you can just back heel your fucking ass off.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
that is the ultimate. Like that's the equalizer.
that is the back heel is the bad outfit equalizer. All right, hell yeah, Thomas, thank you for sending this in, bud. Now our next clip comes from a good old pal, Cody Murray,
Oh,
very long time friend. To give context, it's got about a 300% chance of being a trick on some type of embankment.
which makes it one of three tricks. He's either dropping in, rock to fakie, or
Hey, no,
feeble fakie.
no spoilers.
I mean,
What do you think if you had to bet? All right, you're on your DraftKings, just gave you a free $50 to bet. What trick do you think this clip is?
I
Between those, what are you going with?
mean, it's probably not the drop in. I don't think he'd send in a drop in. If he's looking for the sickest one, I'd say feeble fakie on a bank.
Feeble fakie on a bank, but would you put your money on it?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'd probably hedge it a little bit with the rock fakie.
Oh, you'd pad it a little bit, throw a little money on that too.
Yeah,
Okay, so you wouldn't really play dangerously on this one.
no,
Okay. So yeah, I think that's about all the context we can give. Cody's one of our oldest pals. He is a very interesting skateboarding character because he doesn't really like skate parks, but the things he does like to skate in the street are transition, which makes spots pretty hard to find. But when he gets in his zone at those spots, he does fucking give it shit, and you got to give it
yep.
to him on that. So let's just jump in, see what he sent. Wow. Okay. Now you can probably tell in the audio, he didn't mention that this was filmed in Chicago, the Windy City, as they say, and clearly it was true that day because the audio is just puffing at you. So, initial thoughts here, bub.
Very surprising that it was not what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, you owe DraftKings minimum
Yep.
50, 55, $60,
I
depending on how
lost
much you
both
put on
bets.
the rock fakie.
Yeah, I lost both bets.
Yeah.
I didn't anticipate it being a low bank. Usually he finds a bank that's like waist high.
Yeah, he normally goes kind of like loading dock where people park their semis and stuff, kind of a taller bank. But if he does go low, he does tend to go a bit steeper. What was not expecting the 5-0. He grinded it nicely, put the normal Cody Murray pizzazz on the roll away. He's in
Yeah,
a
that's
rare
a
category of having kind of like a natural lean he does out of tricks that by people who don't know him could maybe be construed as a fake steez, but it is truly the way he skates. It happens every time he comes out of a trick. He just kind of has this finesse to it. Looks nice.
yep.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't realize he could 5-0 and he did a proper one. Like that wasn't a pivot. He grinded that one out on bricks too. I'm impressed. That was a good job, Murph.
Yeah.
Considering I had to teach myself 5-0s for my 37 for 37 video, they were hard. Like
Out now on YouTube. Link in the bio. Ben's 37 for 37 video.
they were hard. And first one I've ever seen of Murphy's ripping it on a brick bank. That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, I think pretty obvious on the hitting or heinous for both of us. This is hitting
That's hitting.
for sure. Hitting. How do you feel about his fit there?
At face value, it looks awesome. Gray shorts, nice t-shirt. He's got the nice Nikes on. But
Yeah.
is that a Dare shirt? Is that a
I'm gonna really knowing him in the context of how much he likes cars. I'm gonna guess if I had to put my DraftKings bet, I'd put $100 DraftKings that it says Dare, but something in that white text below is something about a car.
okay?
Yeah, that would be my guess.
um,
I don't think he'd wear one that says, dare to resist drugs and
he
alcohol or whatever the
he
hell.
doesn't do the ironic like shirts that they gave us in school.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, then yeah, it's good. Fit check is good. His
Yeah.
hair is
How do you
always
feel?
pristine.
Or do you lean more shorts with ankle socks? What do you think of the
Yeah,
sock height?
I only wear ankle socks. I have only worn ankle socks for like the last 25 years.
Oh wow, never even dabbled with a higher sock.
No, well, no. Once I got to pick my own clothes out, it's been black no show socks.
Very nice. Okay, so you've stuck with that choice.
Yep.
I personally, if I was running this fit, I'd probably wear some tall black socks for my own personal taste. But he does pull off the ankle socks well. I think it makes sense for him. Looks good with the low top Nikes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, gray shorts, black shirt, pretty good. Like you could find this on any, any casual skateboarder or toddler on a playground. It's just a nice, timeless outfit.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good. So, what would your reaction be if you were on this session and saw this go down?
Oh, I'd be hyped for anyone, but especially for Murph, I'd be super hyped. That's a good trick.
Yeah, I don't think it's really up for much debate. You see this at a, fairly steep brick bank street spot. You got to give it the nod. It's a cool trick, sounds good, looks cool. Yeah, did it perfectly. I'd have to, give him big props.
Yep.
All right. Any additional closing thoughts?
It's good.
It is very good. All right, Murph, thank you for sending this in, bub. All right, that moves us on to our last clip of the night. This is from Parker Wilson, who is a subscriber to the YouTube, who I've come across his YouTube account, which is a Park Mo. I'll put a link to that in the description if you guys want to check it out. Posts a lot of frequent skateboarding stuff. The guy is very active in skating. And in his email, he included he's from Washington State area and he's 32 years old. So, however much you want to, give context to age, if that's your thing, I don't know how much I'll dive into that, but yeah, we're gonna check out Parker's clip. All right, all right, Parker, we're gonna give you one X in the column for sending in a flat ground bail. So I'm not even gonna dive too deep. Sending in a bail is absolutely heinous. He did send in a
Yeah.
second clip, so I'm gonna retrieve that clip and we'll see if that one was a make because I was already like, man, that's a bold move to send in a flat ground trick. You got to really be bringing the heat, and then for it to be a bail is I'm disoriented right now. That was fucked up. Was not expecting a bail clip. All right, this is the other clip that Parker sent. So fingers crossed that this one is better. Man, this is a truly unexpected behavior. We have back-to-back bail clips submitted.
Did you give the impression that's what we're asking for?
I did not. I kept it as a, just a skate clip review, which I mean, I guess is up for interpretation.
Yeah. Well, this one, we can definitely talk on this one a little bit more than the last one.
Yeah. Initial thoughts?
Initial thoughts were I thought he did a giant ass kickflip.
Yeah, it was looking real good before it wasn't.
When on the thumbnail, he was so close to the rail, hadn't, the thumbnail didn't show him popping yet. My initial thoughts were like, is he going to hippie jump this?
Oh, were you ready to give him a little guff?
Yeah. I was like, hippie jump on a flat bar, like a flat bar you brought to the park.
Man, yeah, that's a wild thing to do.
Then he popped this kickflip, and I was like, oh, he's got it like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it turns out he doesn't, or at least on
Good
this
though.
attempt he did not.
It is in his repertoire though, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened with that back foot because it's all looking pretty good except for the heel hangs
Right
off
up
so
on
much it just like boosts
right up
his.
on right up until you see his sock, I thought he snapped his ankle, and I was like, we don't like that.
Yeah, for future reference for anyone, if you have an actual serious injury clip, we do not want to see it ever.
Yeah, we fast forward through those in the Transworld videos.
Yeah, not a fan of serious injury clips. Honestly, not really a fan of fall clips that much to begin with. So yeah, just based on this, if we're going hitting or heinous, just due to what happened to you, Parker, I'm sorry, bud. This is heinous. Heinous for us, heinous for you.
I typically don't trust people that have two last names, so
Okay. So you, as soon as I said his name, you were ready
I
to
was
talk
like,
shit.
this motherfucker.
He's up to something. What do we think of his outfit?
I think the outfit's solid. If I can tell, those are Levi's. Always a good choice.
Okay. Yeah,
Um,
pants are looking good. Not sure exactly what those shoes are. The
yeah, Not a
Red and
fan.
white's a kind of a funky combo for me personally, but they have kind of like a basketball shoe vibe going on, which I'm not too mad at.
Yeah, I don't like the amount of white toward the heel. They're not my favorite shoes. I wouldn't wear them.
Yeah,
But he got the plain black T-shirt memo that day.
yeah, yeah. It's never a bad memo to receive.
Always a good choice.
Yeah. The sunglasses on for me personally, that's a wild one for me. Never understood it, but maybe it's just because I have bad vision, and in order for me to enjoy sunglasses, they would have to be prescriptions or clip on to my regular glasses. So maybe it's just a lifestyle I've not got to fully enjoy, but it just I don't know. If I see sunglasses on, you should be to me you should be cruising in your car. You should be at the beach and not
Yeah,
doing skateboard tricks.
I need as little distractions as possible. I can't skate with earbuds in. I can't skate with sunglasses on.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he didn't land it. Maybe he couldn't see the board well enough.
Yeah, yeah. It was just too dark through his sunglasses.
Wonder if those are polarized
I
sunglasses.
was gonna say, yeah, maybe if they weren't polarized, he would have stomped this kickflip.
Um, yeah, I would love to see the make of this because it is nothing short of impressive to be able to
Yeah, it's a
get up
good
that
height
high.
kickflip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And in my current state, I would struggle to board slide that flat bar. So to stick a kickflip over it.
yeah. I'd give it props if it went down. Now
So
to this bail, if you were just right there at this park, I'm gonna assume he pulled up, he brought said flat bar. He brings the flat bar in. If I'm assuming if you bring your own flat bar, you can rip that thing. And then the next thing I see is you're eating absolute shit trying to kickflip over it. So what do you think when you see this in person?
well, if it's a homie, I'd say you got that.
Yeah, well, always different context if you're the homie.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with it. Like we used to bring the flat bar to the park all the time
Yeah.
when we were 16.
Yeah, it's a very good move. I respect that he's still running it. I'm gonna assume additionally that maybe this park just doesn't have a good rail, or maybe he's just practicing popping higher over stuff.
Yeah,
You
it could
like
be.
to take it in sections. When I was a kid, I'd put out a little soda can in the street and try to ollie it and just kind of work my way up. So I mean, I'll give him props for working on his progression. And if I was there in person, I definitely would just be looking from afar and be like, "Ooh." And if I was closer and he just happened to look me in the eyes, and I felt like there was like a forced engagement, like, "Fuck yeah, dude, you got that." And then if he
I,
did get it, I'd be stoked. But if he called it after that, I'd be like, "That was fucked."
I'd probably tell him if you tied your shoe a little tighter, it would have stayed on.
Oh yeah, that's probably exactly what someone would want to hear after that fall. Wow. All right. Well, closing thoughts on this?
I would love to see the make.
Yeah.
Good,
Love to see
good
the
on you.
make.
He's well above that rail too. So
Yeah. Uh, I don't really know if I'm going to throw the clip in additionally if you happen to get a make, but Parker, I hope you go back and get this, and thank you for sending the clip in. All right. Well, that closes it out, Bub. That definitely we're ending on a note that I did not expect. Back to back bail clips.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
maybe he misunderstood because we weren't specific. I guess
Yeah, didn't think I needed to be, but
people will surprise you.
maybe he was like, yeah, well, everyone can send in just a casual clip of them landing some shit. I'm gonna let them know I'm out here getting fucking broke off. All right, well, that's gonna close it out for us. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you would like to submit your clips for the Couple of Bubs show, the email is bubsclips@yahoo.com. I'll include that in the description as well, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
All
Bye
right.
now.
Bye now. Couple of bubs.